Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a lovely day so far. Welcome to the second English lesson of the week. So we looked at figurative language yesterday and what exactly it is and how we can understand it. But today we are going to see if you can use figurative language. So we're going to see if you can make some sentences better by using the features of figurative language that we have looked at. But first of all, I've got a challenge for you. So I've got simile, metaphor, and personification here. So I've got the words here, and I've got the words being used in action. So I've got a simile, a metaphor, and an example of personification here. I want you to test your knowledge from yesterday. Pause the video and see if you can link the simile, metaphor, personification to the sentence that I have produced, okay? So pause the video now and then we will go through it together after, okay? So have a look at these and the definitions and draw an imaginary line to what you think it is. So good luck, off you go. So let's have a look. We have got simile. So first of all, let's read through the sentences. So we've got the impatient bus coughed and spluttered as more passengers boarded. The girl's heart was as heavy as a stone, and my friend Marina is a big baby. So the simile I'm going to say is the girl's heart was as heavy as a stone, because we have got as to compare it. So the girl's heart was as heavy as a stone. So it's not a metaphor because it's not saying that her heart is a stone, but it's comparing the fact that her heart is as heavy as a stone. And it might be because she's really sad or something like that. That might be what the writer is trying to convey. So we then got metaphor. Now, down here I can see we've got my friend Marina is a big baby. So it's not saying that she is like a big baby, it's saying she is a big baby. Now, you wouldn't really get a big baby, would you? But she might be trying to say that her friend is crying over something that maybe isn't worth her tears. So I'm going to join these up. My friend Marina is a big baby. Then lastly, we have got personification, which must go to this one up here. So let's read this again. The impatient bus coughed and spluttered as more passengers boarded. Now, a bus can't really be impatient because that is a human quality, to be impatient, you know, oh gosh, I wish that person would hurry up, you know, say if you're waiting for someone else. And also, a bus can't really cough or splutter. You know, that's something if someone does when they're ill. But we would also say that it might cough or splutter if it's like, you know, giving out gas or making all sorts of strange noises whilst it's waiting at the bus stop. So that would be an example of personification. So well done if you got all of those right. So we're now going to have a little look at using figurative language and making sure that we are using the best sentences that we could, or examples that we possibly can, to make our writing sound better. So as I've asked here, are there some forms of figurative language that are better than others? Which do you think sounds better? So here we have got a picture of rain, and I've used this for my inspiration. And we've got two sentences here. Now let's have a read of both of them and decide which we think is best. Pause the video if you want to have a read yourself and decide before I tell you, or you can just move along with me as we go through it. So the feature of figurative language that we're looking at here is the simile, so comparisons with like and as. So my top sentence, I've got the rain fell hard and fast, like sharp needles were falling from the clouds. And then here I've got the rain fell like big balls of water from the heavy clouds. Now, I like aspects from both of these sentences. I like that it says heavy clouds here, but I think big balls of water doesn't sound very descriptive. They have made a comparison like big balls of water, but it's not very dramatic and it doesn't really build a good picture in the reader's head. Whereas here they've used like and like long sharp needles. That makes you think that the rain's actually quite painful if it was falling on someone, which builds another picture in your head. A better picture, I would say, than if someone was saying big balls of water. So long, sharp needles. So I would say that this one is more effective. So can you see that even if you use a simile, you need to be careful about what you say. You need to make sure that it's quite dramatic and builds that picture in the reader's head. Okay, so let's have a look at personification. So I'm going to change my colour here, so let's go for green. So personification, which do you think sounds better here? So obviously we've got this picture of this tornado, the storm ripping through this house, and we've got chairs in the air, a tractor, all sorts. So, top sentence, the tornado was really angry and destroyed the house. Second sentence, the house was helpless and was quickly ripped apart by the furious tornado. Okay, so remember, personification is where we give a human feature to something like an object or an animal. Now here in the first sentence, they've described the tornado as really angry. So describing it as angry is true because it looks furious. Like if you could see in someone's mind when they were angry, I'm sure that this is what it would look like. However, the second sentence, the house was helpless. Not only have we got that the house is helpless, a person could be helpless, but you wouldn't really use it to describe a house. So they've used personification there, and was quickly ripped apart by the furious tornado. They haven't just used the word angry, they've used the word furious. So they've used even more complex vocabulary. So I would say that this one sounds better. So when you're making your examples of figurative language, just think, is there a better word that I can exchange? Does that word have a synonym that could make my sentence sound better? Or could I use two examples of figurative language in there? So for example, the house was helpless and the furious tornado. So we've got two examples in there. Okay, and lastly, we have got the metaphor. So remember, a metaphor is when you say something is something. So it takes it far from literal meaning, and it's either for dramatic effect or humorous effect, again, to build a picture in the reader's head. So which of these do you think sounds better? Again, pause the video if you would like to decide yourself. So we've got the first sentence inspired by this picture here. It looks very beautiful. The clouds look very pure and the sky looks quite blue. So here we've got the sky is a work of art. Second sentence, the storm cleared to reveal a work of art in the sky. Pure white clouds delicately painted on a bright blue canvas. So here we've got is a work of art. So work of art as well, that is quite an effective metaphor because I've crossed through that there. That's quite an effective metaphor because it makes you think, it's beautiful, it's intricate, it's lovely to look at, okay? But in this one here, you've got the storm cleared to reveal a work of art in the sky. So you've not only got that reveal, there isn't necessarily an is in there, but saying that it revealed a work of art in the sky, we know that it's literally not going to reveal a painting in the sky, are we, that's hung up on a wall. But it's sort of saying that the sky is a work of art. Pure white clouds delicately painted on a bright blue canvas. And we also know that they're not going to be painted by someone, are they? It's to do with the weather and also the water cycle, as we know. So saying that it's delicately painted on a bright blue canvas, again, the sky is not literally a canvas, but they are just saying it is to make it seem more dramatic. So I hope that makes sense, those metaphor there. But you can see how just adding a few bits of extra information make it even more effective. So describing how it's a work of art is also good. So for your activity, there is going to be a worksheet. And on this worksheet, there will be sentences describing something. And I want you to change that sentence so that you're providing a lovely description of something, of a situation or of a sight that someone is seeing in a book. And I want you to use personification, a simile or a metaphor to make it sound more dramatic, okay? And then I'll provide an answer sheet with some examples, but that is what the worksheet will include. And then I will also include some pictures that you can write some sentences and can be inspired from. So it'll be a mix of activities. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us and we can help you. But I hope you get on okay with this lesson today and have fun creating some pieces of writing using figurative language. Okay, take care. Good luck. Bye.